I've been doing UGC content creation for the last 4 months, and I just wanted to come on here and tell you about my experience and if it's something good to get into or not to, essentially. Is UGC content creation the move in 2025, or is it not? That's kind of the question that we're answering today. And we can answer that through my past 4 months of experience doing it, essentially. I got on in the first place because I heard about it from someone I met on Instagram, and eventually I wanted to know more about it. I knew it was an opportunity. I knew that some people were doing it, but I didn't know how it really worked. I didn't really know how to get into it or get brand deals or anything like that. So I found out that he had a community, ended up joining the community and getting coaching and learning from the people in the community that were doing it on a daily basis and actually making full-time income from it, because I didn't realize that was a thing. And it turned out there was people making 5K a month, 10K a month, 15, lots of money for sure. And I didn't realize it could be a full-time job. I was kind of skeptical going into it. I was coming from a videography background where I did that essentially full-time and also splitting it with Uber as well. So I would do videography, and when I didn't have video gigs, I would do Uber to fill in the gaps and make enough money, essentially. And the two of them were good. They allowed me to work when I wanted to or when I needed to make money. But at the end of the day, the job of Uber is going to go away. Drivers are going to go away. I know that. It's going to replace a lot of crazy occupations like that. Driving is one of the biggest occupations in the world. It'll get replaced. And you can sit back and let it take over or get on the front foot. And that's what I wanted to do, really. So I got into this community, and they had access to a lot of brands that were looking for creators for their apps to promote the product. And if you don't know what UGC is, it stands for user-generated content. It's essentially promoting products or apps or brands through social media organically and also paid as well, where they'll run ads for it there. But these are not high professional videos. These are videos made by creators. Videos where it seems organically made and not dressed up like it could be an ad, essentially. It's supposed to be incognito. That's kind of the goal. And for the first month, it was kind of difficult, I guess, getting into it. And you're learning. You're trying to find out what are the best brands to work with. How much should I be getting paid for something? How much is too much work for the cost that they're paying? What is a really good deal? And also, how do you make a video go viral is another thing too. So there's a lot of things getting into it. I went in heavy on the personal brand, pumping out 3 videos a day for my personal brand, because I know that's something at the end of the day that I want to progress and I want to actually leverage in more of a way than I do my UGC brands right now. So I was heavy on that and reaching out and applying to brands, apps to work with through a website called SideShift. They have tons. It's one of the biggest creator marketplaces on the website, on the app, on the internet, I guess, right now. So they have tons there, and I just kept applying day after day. I would go hours pumping out videos. There was weeks I was in my apartment and I would barely go out, like that whole summer actually. From June, July, August, September, I really didn't go out that much at all. Like, I was at home making videos, applying to brands and making content and trying to figure out how to make a video go viral at the end of the day, and documenting my journey, creating videos, doing all that kind of stuff. That's what I was doing all summer, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. But circling back to what the result was of my first month, honestly, I haven't even ran the numbers yet, but I'm pretty confident that I could say that first month I probably only brought in around $1,500, I think, which is obviously not a lot if you're trying to do it full time. But for someone who's trying to do this on the side, that could be an extra $1,500 a month with their full-time job, which you totally could have done something like that along with your full-time job. Then it's actually like a pretty good side hustle, essentially, right? One of the brands that I actually started working with, that I was fortunate to work with in the first month, the opportunity came out of nowhere. It was a brand called Motion. And if you don't know Motion, they're like AI. They're known for their AI calendars, their AI auto task reprioritizer. And essentially what it would do is you put a bunch of tasks or events in your calendar. If something gets moved or you don't have time to do something else or something new comes up, it'll automatically use AI to reprioritize your calendar to make sure you still get everything done. So that's what they're known for. But what we were promoting was different. It was actually an AI employees feature where these AI employees you could use to be able to help with things in your workday, whatever it was, emails or marketing, project management, that kind of thing. So that's what we were promoting. And it worked out being very good. It was my highest paying deal at that time. So it worked out to be pretty good, I would say. And I ended up getting lots of other deals in a lot of different other niches for different apps. I didn't know what was the best to work with. I just kept taking them on. So from July to August, I just kept getting more and more deals. That was kind of the thought process by then. And it was a mixture of reaching out to apps to work with, networking with people, different creators. Some creators had apps that they were on that they recruited me on, so it was a friend kind of thing. And also reaching out to agencies, getting in agencies. They have more opportunities, more deals there, better ones, better paying. And then after that, still reaching out to brands myself as well. And through those whole 4 months, I worked with 19 different brands. They were all either apps or websites, that is for sure. And of those 19, I'm still working with 6, 7, 8 of them now. So it is quite a lot of work for sure. It's not for the lighthearted, and it can 100% be a full-time job. This month I should be bringing in plus over 5K at least. So in the end of the day, it's definitely a fair amount of money. It can be. It fluctuates. Apps fluctuate and contracts fluctuate between how long they go on for. Maybe it's a month, maybe it's 3 months, maybe it's 6 months. But that's kind of the name of the game. It's not something that's like you're committing to for 5 years. It's like something that you will be short term and you hope it's longer term. And you're always constantly trying to find new apps to work with, find better deals, and then also get results too, because brands want to see results. They want to see conversions. They want to see app downloads. They want to see that convert into money coming in from their company. And if you're bringing them money in, you're bringing them conversions, they're happy with you, you can start charging higher prices, and it becomes really easier working with anyone you want to work with. The question is it worth it to get into it? I had a kind of crazy experience trying to figure out the industry and figure out how much is a good price to get paid for all this stuff. The reality is there's a lot of creators in the space, but there's very few creators that actually make it their full-time gig, is what I've realized. Tons of creators that start out that say you'll take on a deal or two, an app or whatnot, and they make a little content and they just stop because they think it's too hard. Or they're going to go back to college. Maybe they were doing it in the summer from college. Maybe they're doing it on the part-time with college or whatnot. The reality is this can be a full-time job, 100%. This specific model, I would say, probably plateaus at 15K. The ability to make more would come from having a strong personal brand or switching to an agency model or owning your own app, scaling apps. At the end of the day, it can be really good to get into because think about all the apps every day that are being built. These apps need downloads, and the only way that these apps are getting downloads is through driving traffic from advertising. And they can advertise the paid ads, but the more cost-effective way and more actually credible organic way to do it is through organic advertising, through TikTok and Instagram, through creators where they create their own accounts and advertise these apps and do it in a genuine way where it doesn't come off so salesy or direct, where you can actually spark a movement of mass amounts of people, 1 million people, 2 million, 5 million people seeing this video and then seeing this app being displayed on their feed subtly in video where they check it out and they go, what is this? I've never seen this app before. And it's that thing that in huge, large mass spurts can create tons of downloads and can make it all worth it at the end of the day. So, like I said, if this is something you're considering getting into, I think now is the time. At one point, for like AI will take over social media, I have no doubt, and they'll take over, ad companies because I think it's going to be a lot cheaper for them. If they make it cheaper and make their costs cheaper, they're going to use AI, and if AI converts, make some crazy funny videos and input and plug their product in, they're gonna use it because it's gonna work. That's what I think. Right now, it's not at that point where it's so high. I mean, the success rate of it working is so high because if it was, then everyone would be doing it and they wouldn't be using real people as creators and paying them, more money for it. So it'll get to that point. I don't know when, but when it does get to that point, then yeah, maybe it's over for brands paying real creators to advertise for their app. Maybe with more knowledgeable, trusted brands, they still want to use people because at the end of the day, people buy really. They do. People knowing that it's an authentic, real person behind the camera that they can connect to, that they can value their feedback from as well. So at the end of the day, this is a really good, strong, good method that anyone can do from anywhere in the world. I mean, if you get a VPN, if you're in India, I mean, you need a VPN for that. But any, country, I guess, it can be done. And you can make a lot of money from it, and you can travel around. When I thought about what I wanted to do at the end of the day, I didn't think about what job I wanted to work. I thought about what I wanted to get out of life. And for me, that was having the ability to travel. I love traveling. Every time I travel and every time I leave and don't travel anymore, I miss traveling. My camera's gonna die. But this was something that allowed me to work literally from anywhere while I was traveling. And even while I was doing events, I could still do this. So this is the coolest part about it. And at the end of the day, it's just about getting better and being a better creator and creating more videos that go viral to, at the end of the day, help these brands. That's the goal. And if you can do that, if you bring value, then you can get paid a lot for it. So take that for what you want. As if you're thinking about getting into it, do it. If you're not, you're skeptical about it, don't. I don't know what else to say about it, really. It comes down to you at the end of the day. So that's all. Just wanted to share my experience. And stay tuned because there'll be some more content about everything. Not content. I'm talking about credit cards. I was just making a video on credit cards today. My experience with personal finance, credit cards. I've acquired 13 credit cards since the day I turned 18. So lots of stuff coming. And if you want to stick around for the journey, go ahead. I'd love to have you along. So see you guys.